Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Jamaica News in Review. Popular Westmoreland businessman killed in Hanover gun attack. A popular Westmoreland businessman was shot to death by gunmen in Ginger Hill, Kingsville, Hanover on Saturday evening. The deceased has been identified as 30-year-old Davish Mahatani, otherwise called Bob, from West End in Negril. It is reported that around 5:30 p.m., Bob, who operated the One Spot supermarket and haberdashery in Ginger Hill, was behind the counter at his business place when two men rode up on a motorcycle. According to information reaching reporters, the men parked at the front of the business place and the pillions alighted and entered the supermarket. Police said the man fired 3 shots hitting Bob and then returned to the waiting motorcycle and left towards Flamstead. The authorities were summoned and the businessman rushed to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The body was later moved to the morgue, pending a post-mortem examination. No motive has been established for the killing, the police stated. Digicel devastated by passing of dear colleague Heather Moyston. Digicel says it is devastated by the news of the tragic and untimely death of Heather, Group Administration Manager for Digicel Group. Heather was one of 2 people found with gunshot wounds in a car at the intersection of Windward Road and Mountain View Avenue on Saturday night. They were both pronounced dead at hospital. Digicel, in a statement Sunday, said that Heather has been with the company for almost 20 years and is one of its longest-serving and most valuable team members who beloved by all. The entire Digicel family is deeply shocked and saddened by this news. We'll be doing everything that we can to support her family, and our thoughts and prayers are with them during this time, the Digicel statement said. According to the police, the other deceased is said to have been identified as Moyston's husband, Wesley. Reports from the police are that about 9:10 p.m. on Saturday, the two were traveling in a motor vehicle along Windward Road when, on getting to the traffic light at the intersection with Mountain View Avenue, the motor vehicle came to a stop shortly after explosions were reportedly heard. Traffic continued to flow, but the vehicle did not move. The police were summoned and the 2 wounded individuals were taken to hospital, where they were pronounced dead. The St. Catherine South Police appealing to persons of interest to turn themselves in. 8 persons of interest have been named by the St. Catherine South Police. The men are being sought for questioning in connection to a series of violent incidents in Gregory Park and Banka Gully communities. In naming the men, acting commanding officer for the St. Catherine South Police, Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, says they could assist with investigations into sting-off crimes such as murder, shooting, and arson.
The St. Catherine South Police are investigating a number of recent incidents in the Gregory Park community, which includes murder, shooting, and arson. The most recent incident occurred on Sunday, August 6, 2023, in the Watson Grove community, where a male and a female were shot and injured. Citizens summoned the police, and they were both transported to the Spanish Town Hospital, where the male was pronounced dead, while the female was admitted in serious but stable condition. The St. Catherine South Police would like to speak to the following persons, as we believe that they can assist us with the investigations. Philip Scott, also known as Philip or Trooper; Colin Stoner, also known as Trees; Giovanni Newell, also known as Gio; Rasta Mouse, and a man known only as Chad; Ryan Muir, also known as Titiman; a man known as Nigel, and a man known as Boy Boy. We are asking these persons to report to the Portmore CIB by midday on Monday, August 7th, 2023.
Teenager raped, beaten to death during home invasion. The police have launched a manhunt for 3 men who brutally raped and burgled a 15-year-old and attacked her mother and another female relative during a night of terror at their home in Trelawney early Sunday morning. Another child who was at the house at the time of the incident was not harmed. Unable to survive the brutality inflicted upon her, Jamila Cole, a student of Troy High School and resident of Cotton Tree in Albertown, died from injuries on Monday. According to a police source close to the investigation, about 2:30 a.m. on Sunday, a woman, her daughter, and niece were asleep at their home when hoodlums entered the house through a kitchen window. The culprits reportedly used blunt instruments to beat the 3 females in their heads. The injured females were transported to the Percy Junior Hospital in Spalding, Manchester, from where Cole was subsequently transferred to Kingston Public Hospital, where she eventually succumbed to her injuries on Monday while undergoing treatment. According to police sources, Doctors have indicated that the teenage girl was also sexually assaulted. She was unable to speak, but based on doctors' observation, she was raped, the police source disclosed. Up to July 29, the latest data available for the police showed that there has been 10 murders in Trelawney so far this year. That is 60% less than the 25 reported for the corresponding period last year. There were 9 rapes reported for the period, one more than the number from last year. 3 men found dead in Valentine Gardens. The body of 3 men were found with bullet wounds along Greendale Drive in Valentine Gardens here in Kingston on Sunday night. Reports are that residents heard explosions sometime after 11 p.m. and summoned the police. The police believe that the men are not from the area they were found. The lawmen also confirmed that a bloody trail found near the bodies could indicate that another person was also shot. Investigations continue. Search continues to recover body of teen suspected to have drowned at Alligator Pan. Police are reporting that a search operation is to continue on Monday to recover the body of a teenager suspected to have drowned at Alligator Pan in Manchester on Sunday. He has been identified as Asafalo, 17, a resident and mechanic of Endeavour District near Michaeley in northwest Manchester. A police report said that about 2:30 p.m., Lowe and his friends went swimming at the beach in Alligator Pan when he reportedly got into difficulties and was seen sinking underwater. Efforts to recover his body were unsuccessful on Sunday. This incident follows last Monday's suspected drowning of Canadian Sutherland, 23, at Alligator Pan Beach. Murder suspect held while trying to escape crime scene. Police in St. James arrested a man suspected of committing a murder of another man on Claude Clark Avenue in Montego Bay, St. James, as he allegedly attempted to flee the scene on Wednesday. The Montego Bay police say about 6:30 p.m., residents saw the suspect stabbing 43-year-old Lincoln Green and alerted the police. The police team responded and accosted the suspect as he allegedly tried to escape from the scene. The suspect's identity is being withheld pending further investigation. Green, who is a bar manager, was found on his veranda in a pool of blood with multiple stab wounds to his upper body. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. 26-year-old man charged with murder in Kingston. A 26-year-old man has been charged with murder following the shooting death of a man and wounding of another on Spanish Town Road in Kingston in June. Charged with murder, wounding with intent, possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, using a prohibited weapon to commit a felony, is Javar McLeish of Spanish Town Road in the parish. The deceased has been identified as 48-year-old Trevor Williams, otherwise called Prejo, a welder of the community. Reports from the Hunts Bay police are that about 5 p.m., Williams and another man were at the location when McLeish alighted from a Nissan motor car and opened gunfire, hitting them. The police were summoned and the men taken to hospital where Williams was pronounced dead while the other man was admitted. An investigation was carried out and McLeish was arrested during an operation and later charged on Wednesday, August 9, following a question and answer interview. Mechanic charged in relation to Old Harbour car theft ring. Police investigators in Old Harbour, St. Catherine, on Thursday laid criminal charges against a man held in connection with the theft of several motor vehicles. 28-year-old auto mechanic Clayton Mills, otherwise called Tallman of Cardamom District, St. Catherine, is charged with larceny of motor vehicle and receiving stolen property. On August 1, police conducted an operation in the Gardenwood community, during which 11 stolen motor vehicles were found. The police arrested Mills, who allegedly failed to account for the vehicles. The vehicles were seized and a comprehensive investigation launched, which resulted in Mills being charged. 5 shot, 2 fatally at Cookshop in Hanover. 5 people were shot 2 fatally at a cookshop in Green Island, Hanover. The deceased have been identified by their aliases, Scrappy and Pull-Up Don, who were of Kingston addresses. They were plumbers at a construction site for a hotel development near the food establishment. It is reported that about 8 p.m., persons were eating at the restaurant when a gunman walked up and opened shots. 5 people were shot, including the operator's son. 2 of the injured persons died. A peace march was held in Green Island just the day before. Woman charged with Portland double murder granted bail. The Portland businesswoman accused of orchestrating the murders of a pregnant woman and a man in May was offered $4 million bail when she appeared in the Portland Parish Court. Jody Ann Jackson, a 28-year-old bar operator and nail technician of Anchoviland settlement in the parish, is charged for the murder of 28-year-old Shade Pink of Campbell Avenue in Port Antonio, Portland. The mother of three is also charged with the murder of 23-year-old Keena James of Johnstown District, who was also killed in the shooting attack on May 24 along Campbell Avenue. It is alleged that Jackson rented a car, drove it to where the pregnant woman was located, and pointed her out to the shooter. The accused was granted bail after her new attorney, Courtney Rowe, made a bail application before Parish Judge Tennell Beecher. Jackson was previously denied bail twice. The court was told that Jackson gave a statement in the presence of her former attorney in which she shared certain incriminating details regarding her involvement in the murder. But Rowe argued that his client was not in the right frame of mind when she made the statement, as she had just given birth and did not know the whereabouts of her newborn. Despite the prosecution's objection, Jackson was subsequently offered bail on condition that she reports 5 times per week to the Claremont police station and surrender her travel documents. Additionally, Jackson was ordered not to interfere with the witnesses and to avoid the parish unless she is attending court. According to the police, about 11 p.m. on May 24, Pink and James were among persons playing dominoes when Jackson drove a Toyota Fila motor car to the area. A man exited the car and opened gunfire at them. Pink, who was about 9 months pregnant, was reportedly shot in the head twice. Both were assisted to hospital where they were pronounced dead. An investigation was launched and Jackson was taken into custody. She was subsequently charged on May 29. Security forces target violent producers in Gully Bank, South. A joint police-military operation is underway in Gully Bank, Savannah Lamar, and a 48-hour curfew imposed following heightened tension in the area. 2 high-powered weapons have reportedly been seized by the police and several violent producers have been taken into custody, head of the Westmoreland Police Division Senior Superintendent Wayne Joseph confirmed. Currently, we are conducting an operation in the Barracks Road area of South. This area is popularly known as Gully Banks. We have a 48-hour curfew that is in place in this space, and we are conducting a number of coordinated searches. We have assets from Kingston that are assisting us, SSP Joseph told reporters. SSP Joseph further noted that operations of this nature will continue across the parish. Over the next couple of days or weeks, you will see a number of these operations taking place across the parish because we intend to continue these operations until we can de-escalate the tension that is taking place so that we can resume when we bring back the place to normalcy, intervention efforts, the lawman assured. Meanwhile, SSP Joseph is appealing to persons with information about any criminals within the space to liaison with the police. I just want it to be known that we'll be horning this space right throughout the night and into tomorrow, and if needs be, we'll go further. I want anybody out there who is within the space with information or know where there's a gun holder or any person the police may have interest in to just pass on the information while we're still on the ground, SSP Joseph urged. The gun that you might refuse to tell us about might just turn on you and some of your family or someone you know tomorrow. So seize the opportunity while you have the military and the police within this space so that we can do a thorough search throughout this space and try to make it safer for you and your family, he stressed. Man killed an hour before start of Hanover Peace March. The fatal shooting of a man on Macquarie Road in Hopewell delayed the start of a peace march in Hanover on Sunday. Reports are that 21-year-old laborer Adrian Williams was fatally shot in the face around 3 p.m. His precise address is not known at this time. There are few details about the shooting. The scene was still being processed by the police up to 6 p.m. when the march began. The starting point for the Peace March was changed from Macquarie's Road to Bamboo Drive. Indications are that the shooting was unrelated to the march, which was staged by Hopewell Peace Initiative. Up to 7 p.m., a meeting of march participants was underway in Hopewell Square. Call center employee shot dead in Portmore home invasion. A call center employee was shot dead during an attack at his home in Orange Drive in Gregory Park, St. Catherine on Sunday morning. Police have identified the deceased as 23-year-old O'Neill Mandison. A 51-year-old woman was also shot and injured in the attack. She's been treated at hospital. Report reaching reporters are that around 9:45 a.m., The two were at home when they were pounced upon by two men armed with handguns. Police said the men opened gunfire, hitting the woman in both legs and Madison in the abdomen, chest and face before making their escape on air in the foot. Madison died on the spot, but the woman was rushed to hospital by residents where she was admitted. Woman shot dead, man injured during St. Catherine party. A woman was shot dead and a man injured during a party on the Main Road in Riversdale District, St. Catherine on Sunday morning. She has been identified as 31-year-old Shalisa Hilton, a round-robin manager for Riversdale. The injured man is 36 years old. It was reported that around 4:30 p.m., the two were at the party and boarded a Great Toyota Probox motor car when gunmen opened fire on them inside the vehicle. Police said Hilton was shot in the face and in the right arm. She died on the spot while the injured man was hit in the upper left thigh and right arm. He has since been admitted to hospital and is undergoing treatment. The police, who were unable to confirm if a permit was granted for the party, said they are following several leads to determine the motive for the attack and identify possible suspects. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell